Welcome to Lesson 12 in the story of Mephibosheth. One of the most revealing episodes in David's life is the story of Mephibosheth. Who was he? He was the son of Jonathan, part of the royal family of Saul. When Saul and Jonathan died in battle, the news frightened the remnant of Saul's family. A panicked nurse grabbed the 5-year-old Mephibosheth and fled from revengeful soldiers of either the Philistine army or David's army. She stumbled and dropped the boy, breaking his ankles. The entire household hid in Lodabar, a remote town where they could weather the political, military storm that threatened their lives. After the people crowned David king over all Israel, he remembered the covenant he made with Jonathan. They had sworn an oath to their covenant of love, which extended to each other's descendants forever. David inquired of Ziba, a servant of Saul's household, "Is there anyone remaining of the house of Saul to whom I may show the kindness of God?" This was a shocking question, considering the enmity shown by Saul toward him. Ziba told the truth. Jonathan had a son living in Lodabar. Immediately, David ordered the men to retrieve him. Fear gripped the household as David's soldiers came to their door. They placed the terrified Mephibosheth on a donkey and led him to the king. Like all kings, when a new king ascends the throne, he will eliminate every threat to his power. Mephibosheth knew the hatred his grandfather held for David, and David must have hated him too. In his mind, he faced certain death at David's hand. He was a dead man. When they delivered him to the king, he trembled, threw down his crutches, falling to the floor, and bowed. David said, "Mephibosheth." "At your service," he replied. David's heart filled with love. "Do not be afraid, for I will show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land of your grandfather Saul, and you yourself shall eat at my table always." Still wary, Mephibosheth bowed. "What is your servant that you should look upon a dead dog such as I?" David didn't directly answer his question. Instead, he answered it by fulfilling the covenant made between David and Jonathan. This covenant was greater than Mephibosheth's lameness, greater than Saul's hatred of David, greater than any political circumstance. David's love for Jonathan superseded everything. When he looked at Mephibosheth, he remembered Jonathan. From that day forward, Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem, sat and ate with the king as one of his sons.